Well, good to have you with us on the Friday edition of the South African Morning. I'm Gareth Edwards. Now, come the 1st of December, Shell is going to begin oil and gas exploration on the Wild Coast. It has people furious at the moment. Let's find out what is going to be done about this. I'm joined by activist Mark Roach from down in East London, I understand. Hello to you, Mark. A lot of anger about what Shell is trying to do. But just before you tell me what the activism is all about, why are they doing this? Just help me understand why our part of the ocean.
Yeah, well, you see, the Wild Coast is a very sensitive area with very sensitive systems. But besides that, Shell speculate that there is a very good chance for oil and gas deposits to be found along that stretch of coastline. And that is of major concern to us because it is such a pristine and beautiful piece of coastline that we would not want to be affected by Shell.
What do we know about how we reach this point with Shell? Because come the 1st of December, which is basically a week and a bit away from now, they're going to arrive and start searching for gas and oil. Obviously, this has been given permission by higher-ups, either in the company or in government. What's your understanding of how we got to this point and why it wasn't stopped back then?
Yeah, well, what's interesting is that there was no environmental assessment that took place because it actually completely skipped the environmental affairs in this part and went straight through Guido Mantashe and the Minister of Energy and Minerals. So they had a loophole there, and now they are able to do seismic surveying without any environmental assessment, which I think should have been done. And we don't have any idea. We have no idea, like, the consequences of the seismic surveying. It's been becoming more and more clear that seismic surveying is a very big threat to ecosystems.
Mark, help me understand what seismic surveying is while you tell me about the activism. I don't want to run out of time with you. So what is seismic surveying?
Cool. So seismic survey is essentially done by scanning subsea geological formations. And Shell will be doing this by towing up to 48 air guns by vessel. And these air guns will be sending sound energy down to the sea floor. It'll penetrate the sea floor, send information back to the ship, and they can paint a picture, a 3D scan, if you like, of if there is or is not any oil beneath the surface.
So what is the impact that this has, forgive the ignorance, on the environment? Why is it such a big threat to what is it going to do to the ecosystem where they start doing this?
So the biggest cause for concern is that those air blasts, the sound waves sent down is that of over 200 decibels, which is an extremely loud volume. Now, the ecosystem is extremely sensitive, especially that of the mammalian species, as whales, they communicate using sound. So, there's a whole bunch of complications when it comes to this because everything in the ecosystem will be affected. This comes through with different particular areas such as stress, behavioral changes, tissue damage. So it's if this goes ahead, this really can be something devastating. And I think it's worth pointing out Janet Solomon's documentary she did in 2016 called Becoming Visible. This was the eye-opener for us. There was the highest number of beach strandings in 2016 when they carried out seismic surveying off the KZN coast. And, and there's just been more and more evidence that seismic surveying is not going to be good. And we need to try our best to make this stop.
Mark, I'm going to say thank you to you for the moment in just helping me and everyone else understand exactly why this is such a big threat to the environment along the East London coast, the Wild Coast as well. Obviously, we're going to now pick this up and go to all the other experts, apart from activists, and also try and get comments from Shell and from government itself as well. So one of the accusations there, Toombs, is that this seems to be have slipped past all kinds of regulations and environmental impact studies, etc., etc. So obviously we're going to follow up on that long before the 1st of December gets here. Thank you to activist Mark Roach.
Indeed, it is a call for concern, and Mark there, one of the activists standing against it. But moving to this now.